Hello. This is Monday, April the 3rd, 2023. Temperature right now is around 51 degrees in this part of Kentucky. Feels a little bit like 49, so it's a little crisp. Going up to 71. Rain possible this morning. This is a sideshow, and I'm Theodore Parker. As I say often, if the positivity rate for COVID-19 is above 5% in your area, don't forget to wear the mask if you're going out to be around people to help prevent the spread of COVID-19 and its variants. And if you're watching the sideshow on Facebook, don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you're watching the sideshow on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, sideshow coffee cups, 11-ounce ceramic with the logo, the sideshow on it. You can buy them from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. And pay me through Cash App. $ TR Parker 1, all caps. Wearing a white shirt today, a little different. It is officially spring. The shirt advertises Planet Fitness. As you know, I advocate taking care of yourself both physically and mentally. So that's part of the program. I think they have a well-represented organization as far as price and available hours and equipment. Shout out to Planet Fitness. So today, Monday, haven't been on in a few days. Things to do, people to see, places to go, etc. But I think when I talked to you last, or was in front of the camera last, we were talking about the shooting at the school. Covington, I believe it is. So that's where I'm going to pick up. You know, there's a lot of emotion attached to that. And I thought I would, if you would indulge me a little bit, kind of give you a little feel for what I'm thinking about, because it was really moving based on how these school shootings are going. So anyway, when I was in school, and no, dinosaurs were not walking the earth at that time, the most we had to worry about, I guess, was maybe students passing a few words, you know, jonesing, maybe talking about your mama or something like that. And if things got a little heated, it might be a fist fight. But one thing we didn't want was for the school to call our parents and tell their parents that we had been misbehaving. So, time goes by, and in 1998, you have the Columbine High School shooting, which is considered a mass shooting. More than 4 people dead, including the shooter. So from 1998, to kind of clarify this a little bit, I may not be commenting on the things that are going on Facebook and so forth and so on, but I am looking. So a friend of mine in Florida posted something similar to the way I was feeling mentally about these shootings, mass shootings, and also gun violence related to automatic weapons. So what it was a list of the schools where gun violence had occurred and loss of life as well, all the way up to the most recent one, and Uvalde in Texas before that. So after all is said and done, it wasn't a light scroll. I mean, I flicked my finger once, flicked my finger again. I think I flicked my finger again. And then that was the end of the list. So I was curious, as I am, fact-checking and things of this nature, to try to find out how many schools were actually on the list. Well, I never did find that out. And I'll show you these things on the screen. Hopefully you can see it. I don't know how well this is translating, but anyway, 348,000 students have experienced gun violence at schools since Columbine. Now just let that number kind of roll through your head. And this graph for this particular article has spots on it, and each one of these spots represents 20 students. And the timeline runs on through and shows the occurrence and things of this nature. And I think this year so far, there's, I want to say 27, if memory serves me. So that's kind of like the groundwork. And then if you've been watching the media or anything else like that, whatever means you use, but I saw this on television, right after this school shooting, members of Congress, the video was members of Congress like in the hallways walking, and one congressman, I guess, was talking to another black congressman, talking to a white congressman, and he was very vocal about children dying as a result of this gun violence. And has been the case, all of these weapons that have been used have been semi-automatic rifles and handguns. So the video contains the black man saying to the white man, you know, this gun violence has got to stop. And he was, you know, being vocal, you know, with it. The volume was up and things of this nature. So the white man reaches out to him to touch him on his arm and say, calm down. Excuse me. And the black man says, calm down, children are dying. So that's kind of like the premise of what I'm about to talk about today. Yes, children are dying. And as I've said in previous programs, I think since the Clinton administration, there was a 10-year ban on semi-automatic weapons. And I think that ended in the early 2000s. And since then, Congress has not reinstated that ban. And as I've said in previous programs, that makes me feel, you know, some kind of way. And I went through it and looked it up and down and so forth and so on. And I could probably give it to you in legalese, and it would probably be as clear as mud. But in layman's terms, the way Congress works and the way things operate, I had mentioned to you in a previous program that it was on the floor in March of 2020, but they didn't vote on it. They set it back. So with Congress coming in session, you know, every time, and then there's a break, and then there's a fresh session of Congress, I don't think this is going to come back again. And I could be wrong, and hopefully I am, that you're going to see the rest of the Biden administration, you know, presuming that he's elected another 4 years, excuse me, another person is going to come in office, and they're going to serve a portion of their term, and then it might be on the floor of Congress to vote on a gun ban. And I also need to remind you that these semi-automatic weapons and handguns are not manufactured, produced, or made in this country. Neither is the ammunition for same. So what's going to happen? At this rate, I don't even want to speculate on the number of deaths that will occur before Congress decides to enact and vote on and pass the gun ban. So, like I say, based on Congress and the way it operates, that might be the earliest that they actually put it on the floor and vote to pass it. So with that in the scene, the question is, just as the congressman was all upset, children are dying. How many more children are going to have to die before this country wakes up? Excuse me, allergies. Before this country wakes up and decides that this is a number one priority emergency. People are losing their lives, and in almost every instance, there's one of these semi-automatic weapons involved in the violence by gun. So I was thinking about, again, the video where the officer went in, it was declared on the media that he was a Marine, so Semper Fi on that one. But there's some things that are common all over the world. And I'm going to keep it really simple at this point. I don't care. I'm pretty sure, and I have been outside the country, although not recently. Everywhere you go and there's traffic, there's a green light and a red light. Everywhere. Everywhere where there's traffic, there's a green light and a red light. So I have massive amounts of sympathy and empathy for all of those people who work in the school system, whose children are attending school. And I can speak from that perspective as well, because I have been a teacher, I have an assistant, and the teacher's assistant part was provided through educational means by the school that I was assigned to. So I can speak on that level. And then we still had, disturbances and things of this nature, students being unruly or that type of thing. But this is a whole new ball game. This is a whole new thing. So me going to school, being concerned about somebody saying something untoward or trying to get my goat, so to speak, is far different from going in school trying to concentrate and study on whatever educational level you are on, thinking that something might happen of a violent nature. Somebody might walk in and decide to just start shooting. So you have to be conscious of that. I was going to say something like, keep your head on straight and watch your six, but that's really my masculine side talking about that. Like I say, Semper Fi. So I'll put it like this, for the whole entire audience that's viewing this particular program at this time. Time only moves in one direction, and that's like forward. Time only moves in one direction, that's forward. So where we are today is not where we're going to be tomorrow. That's it. Hashtag